Jeff Kung Show, a little emergency pod today. I have my friend Kevin Kreider here again. What's going on, man?
Yo.
Love is Blind. I think it's season 9 right now. It's Kacie and Patrick. And Patrick, being an Asian guy, fell in love with Kacie, who was a blonde white girl, and they were. It looked like everything was peachy with them.
Yeah, I mean, behind closed doors when they couldn't see each other.
Yeah.
Even though she knew he was Asian.
Yeah.
She was still connecting emotionally and everything. That was just a physical part.
Yeah.
So when they come to meet, you could just feel the tension in the air.
Dude, okay, 'cause not that I'm like huge Love is Blind like fan or anything, but when I watched it, and I understand the concept is, okay, so everyone's in their own pod. Mm-hmm. They start getting to know each other. They fall in love. And, he actually proposed to her in the pod.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then she said yes. She was crying, gushing, etc. And then when they met, you could see it from her eyes that she was like full of regret or I'm just don't find this guy hot.
I thought she's like, oh, crap, I don't want to get canceled. That's the thought that I thought she was having.
That's so funny.
Because it's like really like you could definitely tell he was thinking, oh, she's out of my league.
Yeah.
Like Patrick came out not very confident, I didn't think.
Yeah.
Very just, wow, this is too good to be true.
Yeah.
And then Kacie was just like, oh, crap, I said I would be okay with to have an Asian in my family. And it's just like, I'm not finding him so attracted.
Okay, so we're going to get into that. But I want to start from the beginning where, when they didn't know each other's ethnicity yet, right? Kacie basically asked him straight up in the pod. I don't know if you saw this scene, but basically she was like, yeah, where are your parents from?
Yeah.
Right?
It was very awkward.
Like, what's your ethnicity? Yeah. Like at the end, that's what she was trying to get at. And you can hear that hesitation in his voice, and you could see like the trepidation in his eyes that he didn't want to say it.
Yeah, and I understand that because I related to, it brought me back to when I was a kid.
Yeah.
When I was in college.
Yeah.
And I was dating. And it's like, I remember doing an experiment on a first like online dating site. And I had sunglasses on.
Right.
Because I was like, maybe people won't know I'm really Asian underneath the sunglasses.
Right.
And I actually don't think I made this up. I got more hits when I had sunglasses on in the first pictures.
Okay.
And then, it was very awkward, like when I saw girls in real life and they would say the same thing and I'd meet them at a concert or whatever. It's like sunglasses on. It's like, I remember that hesitation of like, that's what it felt like. I was like, are they still going to like me?
In that scene, I was thinking to myself, all right, what's Patrick thinking right now? Is he thinking to himself, all right, I'm going to say I'm Asian and she's not going to be into me anymore? Or was it him being so conditioned to Asians not being good looking, and then him having that lack of confidence in himself?
I agree. I think it's him being stuck in Denver where there's not many Asians.
Right.
And then you're going to be told like, I don't see too many Asian guys, or like, I think they're attractive, but they're not really attracted.
Yeah.
Or they're going to say really racist things. Mm-hmm. But I think for me, it's like, you got to go to a place where you're a little bit more warmly welcome.
Because personally, I felt bad for him in that moment.
Horrible.
Because it was, if you listen to a lot of his ensuing interviews, he always mentions the Asian thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, I was so worried that he, because I'm Asian, and it kept coming up. And you could hear his insecurity about that. And that was what was so sad to me. Instead of thinking, I am who I am, and if she doesn't like it, fuck it. It was always a...
I know it sounds weird, but like, I don't know if you had this growing up. It takes a little bit of external validation, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's true.
For that to go away.
Yeah. That's true.
He probably hasn't been getting that his whole life. I mean, like, look at him. He's an average Asian guy.
Yeah.
Lives in an average town.
Yeah.
With average white people most of the time.
Yeah.
And yet he still gets turned down a lot.
He probably got turned down by women he found attractive his whole life.
Probably, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like just white bread people from middle America. He went to school with them, probably in high school up until leading till now. And he was just, this is just pigeonholed me into who I am as an Asian man.
But I think the producers, to be real, in the show, he was set up to fail from the beginning.
Okay.
Hear me out on this. The producers are picking people on archetypes, stereotypes,
True.
things to make things. Let's really see if love is blind for an average Asian guy.
Right.
But what they also don't realize is that the average Asian guy already has one leg behind the average any other guy.
Right.
I mean, I remember seeing a talk by a professor at University of Pennsylvania. His name is Dr. Richards. He was talking and comparing an average white guy with the average Asian guy, and saying that this person, the white guy, still has a $250,000 head start than the Asian guy.
Right.
For them to find him as equally as attractive as the white counterpart. On average, he said. Count that in for inflation, that's over $300,000 now today. That's a huge head start. And so, like, you see all these average people or very attractive white guys in there, he doesn't stand a shot. Just because it's like they know that it's going to cause controversy. Yeah. And also, too, it puts Asians in a really weird, bad position. Because it's like he's not there to succeed. Yeah. He's there to be the
stereotype.
The stereotype.
You know what I mean? And that's the question I was going to probably pose to you, too, because you've been on so many of these reality shows with these producers. When you say that, maybe they didn't know what they were, I think they knew what they were doing.
Definitely. He probably told them the same story. And it'd be great to hear if, like, the interview process. Yeah. But it's not like he just filled out a questionnaire. Like, they interview people. Because
it felt too casted to me, right? Her look, his look, just looked totally like the producers had this on a big board. Yeah. Like on a mood board. All right. Blonde, like white girl.
Well, that's how you cast and produce things.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like they knew this would be the outcome and stir this type of controversy. Yeah. What's going on. But, it's another interesting thing that happened is Patrick, after the show, had a glow up. I don't know if you saw.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
You know what I mean? Lost a bunch of weight.
His chin looks good.
Chin looks better. Yeah. Because, to be perfectly fair, when I saw him on the show with this whole big reveal and when they met each other, his kind of suit was sloppy, it was like belly out, you know what I mean? No. And then I was thinking to myself, okay, well, and this is where I will say something about.
He didn't look like he had that 250,000 advantage.
That's right. And this is what I'll say that I feel not bad, but I feel for Kacie a little bit because what's going on with her. Yeah. I think it's okay to find someone unattractive.
I do too.
And not want to be, and it could be for any reason, actually. It could be she's never dated an Asian guy before. I don't have any qualms with that, actually. But if he was the way he looks today on the show, would she have maybe given him a better shot? Would she have said, hey, we can try this?
I think it's more than just that. I think it's his confidence level.
Yeah.
I mean, because seriously, if you can just be confident, that will put everything aside. Like his humor, his charisma. I know a lot of girls will just date an ugly guy because they're funny.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or
they're rich.
So right. So that's the thing. Like for him, he just didn't have any of that when they were meeting up again.
Yeah. He felt too. He didn't have the confidence because of the Asianness, which is, like I said, goes back to why I'm so sad. Because when I see him taking interviews now, homeboy is super confident.
Is he?
Oh yeah, he is out there. I think this gave him this whole ordeal, as difficult it was for him. It gave him a lot of more confidence because there's more support. I'm sure he's been hit up in his DMs as well by other attractive. Pick a race,
especially after the glow up.
Especially after the glow up. So, like what you were just saying, he needed a little bit of actual validation.
You need a little bit. I mean, all the people that say like, "Oh no, it's all internal," that's BS. You need a little bit. I'm not saying every day or obsessive, but like to tell you you're on the right path. Yeah. Without any of it, you think, you just self-adjust. You're like, oh, well, maybe there's something wrong.
Well, that's why I said like when I got my confidence was really when I went to Asia. When I went to China, when I was hanging out in Korea, I was doing the whole pop singer thing. And I'm seeing not just on TV, but also seeing in like the real world.
Right.
Like, oh, okay, whoa, these Asian guys move a little differently.
Yeah. I want to go back to Kacie a little bit too, because like I totally know what you're talking about. I empathize. I think she really tried.
Yeah,
I know. I think that's the thing. Like, I think she really tried. Yeah. I mean, even with the kiss, you can tell she tried. Maybe lights will spark. Yeah. But I just don't think he had the swag and confidence, especially that he doesn't have today.
Yeah, yeah.
And if he would have gone in there as that.
Because another reason I don't think Kacie's racist, actually, because when he mentioned that he was Asian, I think she kept on qualifying things, saying like, "Oh, I have a sister who sings K-pop, and like my family's super open."
Oh, do you think he would come out like a K-pop artist? Like
if he did, I think she'd probably accept him better.
Maybe that's what she expected than anything like that.
Maybe that's what they're thinking that they see in the media.
Exactly. So that always is the question, right? Is this self-fulfilling prophecy? Yeah. Or is this a real thing? Yeah. And I say it's a little bit of both.
Because he kept on putting it, like I said, in the spotlight. Mm-hmm. I feel like if he didn't constantly bring it up or was constantly insecure about it, I don't think she would have thought that much about it, or the producers or the audience or whatnot. Because I feel bad that Kacie's being painted as a racist. No.
Well, I think that's why she was so hesitant. Because I personally don't think she is, but I know she doesn't want to be painted that way, like you said. But also, too, she's in a tough position because, of course, if she doesn't like him for the physical and can't grow the physical attraction, of course, what else is going to be said? Because he's Asian then.
Yeah, correct. Well, she could say, it's an Asian that I'm not attracted to.
And doesn't have that 300K blow up, whatever you want to call it. But that's what I mean. It always goes back to the same thing. It's like, if he is just the average Asian guy, but a lot of average white people can still get dates. Yeah. And by the way, the average Asian girl can get way more dates. Litter, right? Yeah. I mean, look at the other girl that was on there. She can date up. Right. Whereas an Asian guy like him, and that's always the debate, it's like, why can't they date up? They always have to be way up, and then they seem to date down a little bit. Right. Or they're just way up. It doesn't even really matter, Right. But there's a lot of average that gets rewarded when you're not Asian.
That's true.
Average doesn't get rewarded when you're Asian.
Do you think it's just purely based on physical attributes, or because people are conditioned to not thinking the Asian man look is the average is actually below average compared to white people?
I'm really interested to see what the studies will be with the younger generation. Yeah. Like the new generation, because they're exposed to Asians. Yeah. He is in a category where Asians were still not that of a big come up. Right. So I do believe it's conditioning. Look, I mean, I don't need to point any articles on this, but media is so powerful in the way it shapes our perspectives in the world. Yeah. I mean, in the beginning, right? Like, I even read this on NextShark. The first Asian male, that first Hollywood heartthrob was a Japanese guy.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then it gets wiped out of history, and now we're the opposite. Mm-hmm. So that's what I mean. It's like, it's who controlled it.
I tell you, it's completely different. I know it for a fact. Like high school people, like junior high, like the whole Asian thing is actually quite hip and cool. Well, because you have the whole K-pop wave, you have the Bling Empire wave, actually. Yeah. That started with that, and then you have the K-pop wave after that. So, I mean, even I get it sometimes. I see when like some high school girls, not that they're attracted to me, but they'll sometimes come up to me and go, "Hey, are you a Chinese singer?" Or "Hey, are you a Chinese actor?" or whatnot. And it oddly happened one year in Aspen. I was like in like some like après-ski lodge, and some high school boarding school kids came up to me and they said, "Hey, are you a Chinese singer? Do you know Jay Chou?" And I'm like, "What the? Am I in the Twilight Zone right now?" And then it was because we have an international an international student who introduced us to a bunch of your type of music, and we kind of recognized you, etc. And it blew my mind.
But it completely. It's international school, and it's big cities that I feel like are really up and into Asian culture. Yeah. I mentor one of my producers' nephews. And so he's also adopted, but he's also in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. Still gets picked on and bullied for being Asian. Yeah. So it's like, it's the real like middle of America that still, even being in high school, doesn't get it. Right. But I do wonder though, with Netflix and exposure to K-pop culture, if that's going to change though, even after his generation.
It should. I mean, one of the biggest shows on Netflix is that K-pop.
Exactly. Yeah. But it's cartoons though.
That's true. That's a cartoon.
Look, Asians get a pass in cartoons.
Right. Anime is hip.
Anime is because
like, video games are cool. So
you don't know if they're Asian really. Yeah. You look at them and you're like, oh, they're blonde hair, they're rainbow haired, whatever. They don't actually look like anything. They just look anime.
That's true.
So I think there's a big pass in there. What I'll be really curious if they ever do a live version of K-pop Demon Hunters.
Right.
If Koreans will be very accepted then. Mm-hmm. And I'm not too sure. I don't know. I just think that that's the true test.
Yeah. And
comics and anime totally.
It's like it lives in its own world.
There's no racism in there.
Yeah, exactly.
There really isn't. Like card games, like I play Magic the Gathering once in a while. There's no racism there.
Yeah.
It's like anime, no racism.
Yeah.
So that I hope they make a live version of it to see if there's actually racism then.
You growing up in Pennsylvania, did you also have those type of experiences?
Yeah.
As him?
Yeah.
Even though you're a good looking guy, even though you're a model and etc., you still got that?
Well, I became a model later, and when I went into the city of Philadelphia, so I was on more like the suburbs, right? So it's a little bit of rough suburbs. It's called Roxborough.
Yeah.
But a lot of the bullying and a lot of the racism happened on like the football, baseball fields, right? The local kids, not the private school level. But a lot of them have never really seen Asians. So also too, the girls haven't. And even at the private schools that I went to, it was always like this. Like I remember a comment that really kind of hurt my feelings, which was when I was younger, I was like the athlete of the year, right? I was 7th and 8th grade, just best football player, the jock, right? You'd think you would get the pick of the litter of girls.
Yeah.
But what I was told by some friends was like I was considered what they call the paper bagger.
What's that mean?
Oh my gosh. So like this is what guys said to girls. So that's kind of weird. It's the opposite done to me. Mm-hmm. Paper bagger is like, oh, that girl's got a great body, but if you put a bag on her head,
like a butterface.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in our grade school, we called it paper bagger.
Okay.
So, but I only heard that for girls. But then when I heard it come back to me, I was like, wow, they think I'm a paper bagger. Like, got a nice body because I was tall, but they don't want to see my face.
Wow, that's fucked up. Dude.
I know.
That's fucked up. How'd you feel though? Did you like, oh, that's fucked up, or oh, that's kind of cool? Or
no, it was like that's awful, man.
Yeah.
Like, why is this ugly Asian girl getting all the guys? You know, like, but it's because they eroticize, they fetishize Asian girls.
Right.
And I don't mean ugly. I mean, she's just not cute.
Not a 10, yeah,
she's
exactly.
not cute. She was like, even to me, she was still a 5.
Yeah.
You know, like, but she was getting all the cool guys.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, how does she get a pass?
Right.
But this is before I knew about masculation and fetishization. I was just like, it's kind of messed up.
Right. So when you had to find your confidence by leaving then?
Yeah, I had to leave Philly.
Like going to the city, basically? Or even after, was Philly big enough of a city?
Well, I should say this. I left my burbs and went into the center city, and I actually found my confidence in a gay gym.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Because some gay guys are hitting on you and you're like, hey, I'm actually pretty good looking because these guys have high standards.
It was very much like that. I was like, yo, man. I was like, wow, they didn't see race. You know, they were like, oh, you're beautiful. Like, I want man. I was like, wow, it was the first time. Like, I can imagine what it's like to be a hot girl now. For a little bit. But
that's interesting.
The gay community really built my confidence up a lot.
Dude, that's hilarious. Maybe that's why you're so close to Kane.
Yeah.
If you meet a white girl that you are attracted to, but she says to you, oh, I usually don't date Asians, but, you know, I'll try with you. Would that make you feel, good that, oh, you're the first good-looking enough Asian for her to give a chance to? Or would you feel like, she's always going to be looking around for someone else?
Well, in the beginning, it used to be like, I'm going to do my Asian brothers a service.
Okay, right.
And rock her world, so she'll try Asian guys.
Okay, right. Take one for the team, basically.
Do it, you know? But what I've realized is there's only one of me and there's millions of them.
Right.
There's no way it's going to make a change.
Right.
But I'd say that the worst part about that is that no matter how much you can educate them or share with them how like hurtful a lot of these stereotypes are, or maybe their friends won't approve of you because you're Asian, it's hurtful. I mean, I remember when Bling Empire aired, I got DMs by white girls. Telling me about the Asian guys. So it's like, it was still happening.
Right.
So I can definitely see it's happening in Patrick's world. And so I definitely think the white girls are changing a little bit, but yeah, it's really tough to change a white girl's mind if like they expect a K-pop artist to come out of that, or they're just not as good looking. And so you better be pretty good looking. You know, because she might even be thinking, this Love is Blind. I'm sure they're going to get like a pretty hot Asian guy. Maybe she expected you to walk out type of thing, you know? And so when you get like an average, just everyday guy, she's probably like, oh, which is even lesser for a white girl, to be real. You know, you kind of have to be the exception.
Because if I had a girl who said the same thing, like, oh, yeah, I never dated Asians, you're my first Asian. Like I said, I would be, somewhat proud. Okay, great. You know, number two, I would probably try to, I think I would do this even without a girl, but try to do my own glow up, if you will.
Even more so.
You know, like try to at least break the stereotype of the Asian nerd.
Yeah.
Take a little responsibility, you know, beyond of just, because if you want to just be called a victim all your whole life, then you're always going to be in that situation. It's like kind of taking control and say, all right, flip those stereotypes. Right. It's like, yeah, you haven't seen an Asian like me before. Yeah. Well, now you do.
And that's the thing. It's like they always say, what about acceptance? You got to accept me for who I am. It's like, no, we do. But it's like when you do have that glow up like Patrick does or has, it's like it shows something different that most men don't have.
Yeah. I really want to believe, and I actually somewhat do believe that, yes, there are racists in this world, right? But I feel like most people nowadays will give people a chance as long as you are up to a standard that they have.
Yeah, because Kacie's standard, like, look at her. I mean, she's fit.
Yeah.
She made it very clear that she would just date guys just based off of looks too.
Yeah.
So it's like for Patrick, it's like, I know where his hesitation comes from because he's probably thinking the same thing. It's like, oh my gosh, I only brought this suit that's double XL and I'm really an L, you know, or I should probably lose a little bit of weight. But no, it's Love is Blind. It's like, it's unfortunate because appearances, attraction is 100% one of the binding things in a relationship.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong. It's actually the first thing that should happen.
Yeah, correct. And I feel like everyone, because of the name of the show, Love is Blind, in an ideal world.
Until you see them.
Yeah, correct. It's because fucking bullshit, right? Love is not blind.
It's not.
Period. It is not. Especially when a girl even admits it to the camera, like, yo, I care about looks.
Yeah.
Right? And so do guys. The first thing he said about her, she's fucking beautiful.
I know.
She's a 10. She's a knockout. Boom, 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 boom. Everything he was saying was everything about her looks. Did he get shit for that? No. Because why? That's just how it is.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think that's the deceptive part about love, right? Is like the attraction is definitely has to be there, but then everything else has to be there too. Like I would like to see Love is Blind do like a group of hot people and a group of like unattractive, just like very obviously not superficial at all.
Yeah.
Like slobs even.
Yeah.
And just really see if they'll get along. But the thing is, it's most likely not. I mean, if you look at the cast, they're pretty well matched up, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like in terms of looks and personalities. Patrick is probably the only one that really sticks out. Like in a good way too, I think. But it's like he really sticks out because he's not so charismatic yet in this show, or maybe they didn't put parts in it. But he's also like not up to their level either, which is weird, you know?
Now, when you were on Traitors, did you feel like they casted you as the Asian guy in the reality show? Like, do you think they were filling up like some United Colors of Benetton, you know, like race card things?
Well, you could definitely tell they were trying to be very diverse.
Okay, yeah.
But I thought I was too cast typed as the dumb guy, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And by the way, I did play that up a lot.
Okay, right.
That was a strategy of mine to really play that up. So that's what they showed. But like, I think it's because I was just talking about this with my fiance before I got here. I was like, you know, I think for me, it's like I don't see myself as Korean. I see myself actually as American first.
Right.
And I see myself as Asian second, which is different. I think a lot, like you see yourself as Chinese.
Yeah,
right?
I'm Chinese American, not American Chinese.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I'm actually like American Asian.
Right.
So when I go into a show like that, it's like it's pretty apparent that I don't have this thing saying like I'm insecure because of this or that, or I'm a nerd because of that, because I only was able to study math. Like my parents didn't care if I had to study math.
Right.
They were okay if I got C's. You know, they're cool with me playing football and doing other sports and whatever. My first failed career was trying to be a comic book artist. They didn't bash me for it, you know? So I never had that drama and trauma. So like you can see that in my life. So like going in there, it's like I play the dits. It's just a natural fit. There's no way they could fit me into that stereotype, if that makes sense. But I also consciously growing up made sure they couldn't.
That's interesting. Because I wonder if the producers of Love is Blind, did they interview an Asian that looked like you or me? Did they see other ones who wouldn't be more, attractive or have a better persona? Or did they find someone that they wanted to fit that Asian, let's say, nerd or business guy, because he's not like a super nerd, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. I would say this. It's extremely hard to get someone who's successful and good looking, who's Asian, to be on a reality show.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Let alone a guy.
Yeah.
They don't want to. They had to find a poor guy, to do it. Because they couldn't find a really rich, good looking, whatever, I'm telling you, like, I think they did the best they could, but at the same time, I think they also knew they got a great story. They're like, we win either way. If they fall in love, it'll be like, I don't want to say this, Beauty and the Beast. You know what I mean?
Right,
or it's going to be like the shit show, and which it was, and they're happy either way, is what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, which both outcomes ultimately get more viewership and get us talking about it.
Exactly.
Basically.
Because I would have been the same thing. I was like, Patrick, you scored big. Like really, like if they ended up together, I would have thought the same thing. Like, Patrick, you scored.
Right.
Maybe Love is Blind.
The one thing I'll take away from it is that you can have a glow up. You can do better for yourself. As much as this world is unfair, things are changing and things are actually getting better, I feel, for Asians at large.
Oh, 100%. It's getting so much better.
Yeah, we talked about this on the last show. Like, things are changing. The Asian man stereotype is also changing.
Very fast.
At least expanding beyond what people are used to seeing.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is a good example of, once he does have a glow up or once there are controversial issues online, the support that he's been shown it also says a lot about society at large. So as Asian guys, I feel like, don't get so down on ourselves. Don't feel so nervous about sharing your ethnicity. Be more proud about it. See the support that you get online. Obviously when he had those scenes where he was hesitant to say he was Asian, we all felt it. But doesn't mean that we always have to stay in that feeling.
Yeah, it's that self-fulfilling prophecy. Just don't fall into that. It's like literally just, I recognize there's going to be people who just won't date Asians.
Yeah.
And then I realize there's a bunch who will.
Yeah.
And then there's someone between that just make exceptions. But it's okay. Like not everybody's going to even like white guys.
Yeah.
Like seriously, not even people, some don't even like white guys.
It may be the first time a blonde girl's dating an Asian, but it's probably the first time the Asian's dating the blonde girl either.
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
Let it go. Let it fly.
Yeah.
Let's see it. Go try different colors.
It's like this thing, live and let live, man.
Yeah.
Like you got your preferences. I'm sure if she was born maybe 20 years earlier, she might have thought different.
Yeah. Go eat a hamburger. Get some chicken tikka masala. Let's go get some sushi, whatever you want. Like I'm saying, try every type and see what you like.
Totally.
And don't keep yourself in a box. So, yeah. Anyways, that's all I got to say about this. Anything you want to add?
Me too. No, but I agree with what you said. Things are changing so fast. Like I actually hope in 2 years from now, maybe this podcast, like this episode is outdated. It's like, no, of course we find Asian guys amazing.
I would love that.
But they just need to wear eyeliner.
All right. On that note, we're out of here. I'm Jeff. This is Kevin. Yo. Peace.
Got it.